You are listening to AM Thunder, the official pay-per-view review show of Kayfabe Talk Radio. And now your hosts, Eric the Red and Mr. Bones.
Alright everyone, welcome to AM Thunder, the first one of 2018. I am Eric the Red, along with
Mr. Bones.
Oh man. Well, we came up with the challenge here to get through the show live, and I will say it is a challenge, alright. Fucking 6 hours.
Yeah, during a snowstorm too.
Yeah, during a snowstorm, and then I told Pat on the off the air that I came down with the old Baron Corbin or Jinder Mahal syndrome, where it's like, actually I sound more like Jinder Mahal right now, where it's like it had the improvement of getting better, and then all of a sudden just went to shit, just turned to shit. Yeah, I felt alright. I was a little moderately sick on like fucking throughout the week, and then Wednesday I was like, oh, alright, I feel okay. Little I know, I was gonna stay up till late in the morning, and then only sleep like 3 hours, and the next day I'm like, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, but anyway, let's get into the Wrestle Kingdom here, shall we? Do you want to talk a little about the Rumble?
Yeah, I mean we caught most of it.
Yeah, I'll go off the name of the I'll go off all the participants here in the New Japan Rumble. For everyone that tuned in, and there are a lot of people that tuned into Japan for the first time and did catch this, this is not always meant to be so serious. Like, it's, how do I put it? It's always just one of those, hey, we're just gonna throw a bunch of guys in just to get everyone as much as possible in the card. Now, I'm surprised Bushi wasn't in it, but
No, Bushi was.
I'm not. Oh yeah, okay.
Bushi was. He got eliminated like.
All right, yeah, alright, I see him now.
But it's like, I understand what they're doing. It's supposed to be like supposed to be like a Andre the Giant, battle royale.
Well, you know what's funny? They've been doing this actually before that thing even started. This thing's been going on for years.
No, I'm just saying it's like it. It's not. I'm not that they. WWE's been doing their stupid bullshit. It's like us saying that the Royal Rumble was like the first battle royale.
Right.
Yeah, like it's existed before that, but I mean, I'm just saying it like it's it's similar. Where they have it right before. Yeah. So the issue with it is, and I know most of the guys that they have like in it, but or like past their prime or haven't been wrestling for years. But you have a lot of legends in there too, which is kind of weird because I don't know. You had a couple former, like one or two former world champs that like just like got tossed out. But then again, thinking about it, I mean, it's happened. I mean, it's the nature of the battle royale. You can always fall out. It's not like they're getting pinned, so that leaves them some, like respect. It doesn't hurt their credibility at all. But it was an interesting. I think this year's battle royale was a little bit better.
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna go with last year's, where Michael Elgin won. I don't know. It's just, to me, I understand you and a lot of other people are like, oh, Billy Gunn in Japan made no sense. That's what made it surprising. and starting to work. I don't know. It's like there was more surprises, and it's like a guy that you could have believed throwing the people off the top, over the top rope. And I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong here, but like when you have a guy named Cheeseburger and someone that, with all due respect, isn't in the shape that he used to be, as the last two guys at a Battle Royal, yeah, I'm sorry, it's just, it wasn't cutting it. It was a feel-good moment. It was a feel-good moment.
Next to last, though.
Yeah, it was a feel-good moment.
It was mostly the reason that they even won was because Kojima and what was it? Kojima and who else? It was Tenzin.
I think Yuji. No, yeah, Tenzin.
Oh, Yuji Nagata, yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think it was Tenzin. No, Tenzin was one of the final four.
Okay, so they both go flying out of, and I kind of like rolled my eyes, but then I was like, you know what? The way that they were charging, it kind of made sense. It's not like a whole stupid thing where, like, remember the Royal Rumble where Roman won it, and you had like Kane and Big Show go like tumbling out of the freaking ring. It was like the hokiest way possible.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It wasn't like that where like we're gonna fight on the apron. Oh, we passed the top rope. We're gonna fight on the apron just for Roman to hit us off, which is like the slowest. Come on.
Yeah, and since we're on this subject of that, I know I'm straying away, but I'm gonna stray away for a few seconds here.
Yeah.
I really realized it throughout this week when it made me. I just really realized now with this women's rumble coming up. Do you think I don't even think a good amount of them are even to hit the fucking top rope. Like I totally didn't even fucking realize that. But yeah. Anyway, though, some of the names
you're gonna
have
to have a lot of eliminations where they like kicked in the face or like they get thrown out physically.
If I were them with the women, I wouldn't do she got thrown under the middle rope. She's eliminated. Because that just shows the fact that they can't get over. What I would do is I would actually make it like the I don't know if you've seen the in Lucha, the Aztec Warfare match where it's the Rumble and you get pinned in the middle, or even though the WCPW Rumble. I would make it like that.
This Rumble, guys were getting in this Battle Royale, people were getting pinned. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so make it like that. Make it like, hey, the women can get pinned in it too. Like, add to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give it a special
give them their own exclusive rules. The whole it's gonna be the same thing as the men. I'm like, Liv Morgan is not hitting that top rope, buddy.
To be honest, I honestly think they should have different styles of battle royales instead of having just like the plain old kick him over the top rope, give something new, fresh.
Oh yeah,
they've been doing the same battle royale for like the past 20 years, or more than that, really the past 40 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. That's why they figured that. They want the women to do everything that the men are doing.
Yeah, but I mean, still, give them something different. I would love to see something different with the men's battle royale because it's gotten too formulaic.
Yeah, I know. Hey man, like I said, Aztec Warfare, things like that. I really appreciate now, having a Rumble where, yes, you can throw guys over the top rope, but you can pin them and submit them, too. It's a fucking free-for-all. It makes it interesting. It adds more to the match, as opposed to...
I would love to see, weapons, too.
Well, you know what? Here's one thing with the Rumble I just want to mention, and then we'll get back to Wrestle Kingdom. Whereas... Alright, I remember it was 2001 Rumble, where it was Alsto and Raven had a feud over the hardcore title. And they kept coming out and like hitting each other with weapons, and then like Kane came out and like was like fucking. That was the one actually where he was like eliminating like 12 people, and then like they're hitting each other with weapons. Like fucking Kane hits Honky Tonk with the guitar and all that. But if you fast forward like 7 years later, Fit Finlay comes out with a shillelagh and he gets disqualified. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it's because they don't follow like the rules. Like,
yeah, like a year prior to that, mind you, they did a Royal Rumble where ECW guys were involved, and like fucking Sabu's getting thrown through a table, and Salmon's caning people in the head, hitting people in the head with chair shots. So it's like weapons have been in the Rumble, but they don't fucking follow through.
You know what? You know what happened, and they should have said. The Rumble, after that Rumble, they should have, if they were going to do that, if they were going to do it like that, they should have said, oh, well, now the referees are cracked down after last year's free-for-all with all those weapons.
You know what? You know what they could have done? They could have done like, all right, that was 2008, and so on and so forth. I don't know who the GMs were on the shows. I think it was like Vicky Guerrero or some bullshit. Yeah, it was probably Vicky Guerrero or whatever the fuck. And they could have been like, oh, Vicky Guerrero made a rule that if you hit someone with a weapon now, you're immediately disqualified from the Rumble. Kind of like what they did years like on like TV, where it's like, oh, the Hell's Gate is banned and this move is banned. But yeah, been like that, and then have a guy come out like Daniel Bryan or whoever, or fucking Kurt Angle, and go, hey, weapons are now legal in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You know, it's stuff like that kind of like ruins. Yeah.
I know, but but anyway, here's some of the names that will happen, and then the winner. The winner of the Rumble was Masahiro Kakihara. Kakihara. I botched that fucking name.
I mean, it was a good thing they did. You know.
Yeah. The guy's in his mid 40s. He beat cancer.
He really didn't do much, and like in most he ever had. Like the biggest, he's had a couple tag team championships. You know, like he's a perennial like lower mid card guy, and the guy just beat cancer. So like give him something.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the most he ever got was he won the Best of the Super Juniors like back in like 2003. And that was when the Best of the Super Juniors was basically. It's not like how it is now. It's still somewhat prestigious, but I mean I think it's a bigger thing now. That when you win Best of the Super Juniors, they're basically saying you're the ace of our junior division.
Right.
I would say Kushida is their ace of their junior division. Obviously, we'll talk about that more when that match comes up. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
So some of the names you got: Bushi, Chase Owens, Cheeseburger, Dave Finlay Jr., Delirious, El Desperado, Gino Gambino, Hiroyoshi Tenzin, Jushin Thunder Liger, Katsuya Kitamura, Leo Tonga, Manabu Nakanishi, Satoshi Kojima, Taka Michinoku, Tiger Mask, Toa, Hinare, Yoshihashi, Yoshinobu, Kanemaru, Yuji Nagata, and Yujiro Takahashi with the Bunny, aka Muffin Ass, as known on Twitter. That's her actual name in Instagram. But anyway, we get onto the main card here. We got for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight tag titles, we got Roppongi 3K, accompanied by Rocky Romero, dropping the belts to the Young Bucks, like I called. It was a solid match, but I will be honest here, I really wasn't too much paying attention to it. only just because it's just something.
The dog was being an asshole. That
Yeah, yeah. All right,
I was paying a little bit more attention to it.
I'll paint this picture for you. We somehow have a family where any dog we've ever had cannot not have ADD. Like the dog, my dog Prince. Like ever since I got him, he's just completely like, how do I put it? I don't want to call him Ryback, but his gimmick is feed me more. A lot of times, he's just constantly looking for fucking food.
Oh Christ!
But yeah, he kind of Pat likes to call him Naito because he breaks everything, and then he also does the LIJ sign. Oh,
and then he once he has too much to eat, he goes tranquilo.
Oh, I meant to tell you, he does the tranquilo thing. He'll go on his back, and he'll put his paw up in the air. When he does it, I'll take a picture and send it to you. Yeah, he does tranquilo now.
Senor.
Asenio. Oh, I didn't. So I watched. I'll talk more about this later, but like I watched yesterday, last night the show after, and Naito has a new shirt and he has a new saying added on to it, and my dad popped immediately. Now he says "Tranquilo, Asenio, Capron." He's actually saying Capron now, and he has a shirt, an LIJ shirt that says Capron.
Oh, I guess you want that shirt.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Yeah, that's fucking fighting words. I wouldn't wear them in the street if I were you." Oh man, but yeah, the Young Bucks went over with cease and desist in this match, which is pretty much the sharpshooter. I think actually wasn't it just the sharpshooter?
Yeah, it was just a sharpshooter.
Okay, yeah.
The thing about this match is very technical. There was a lot of the spots were slowed down. They did a more technical, but it wasn't your typical Young Bucks match. It was weird seeing Rocky Romero not doing anything. I like you said, he's gone into the managerial role, but it's not like the guy's out of shape or anything. It's like I guess he didn't want to I guess he wants to give himself time. I don't know if was he injured or something.
Well, I think Matt had something wrong with his back, like because they were doing a tag team match against Cheeseburger and Roppongi 3K on the night after card, the New Year's Dash card. Matt was like kind of selling the gimmick that like, oh, I'm an old man, I can't work anymore, but like his back was heavily taped.
Okay.
And then one of the other guys,
he still looks young, man. If you told me he was as old, he's as old as you say.
Well, no, he's 32. He's 32.
Yeah, I guess he really is in a lot of pain, or he did a lot of damage to his back. But
you gotta remember what the fuck these guys put themselves through. Like,
yeah, that's true.
If you watch Being the Elite, like they're in Australia on a Saturday, flying to fucking Japan to get there on a Monday, then going all the way to fucking somewhere in fucking Iowa by Wednesday, and then like on a Friday night they're like back in fucking PWG or whatever the fuck.
See,
so yeah,
that's the thing, like where these guys are putting themselves through like a WWE type like schedule, because they're going from indie to indie. It's not like when like you hear these guys in WWE they're going and saying, oh, you guys don't have the schedule we do. Well, you work for one company, so you have like a bunch of different things, but they're still going and working, and they're working like several different companies in the span of 1 week. You might see the Young Bucks in Ring of Honor, then PWG, and then Japan, and all in the same, stretch of 1 week. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're if you're fucking Flip Gordon working just Ring of Honor and occasional fucking taping in fucking AIW in Ohio, yeah, you're probably not working the WWE schedule. But if you're the Young Bucks traveling, and we're even fucking what the fuck, Cody, and you're just going to indie to indie. Granted, Cody's not going to be, I hate to say this, he's not going to be in as much pain as them, because they are doing flips like fucking 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
You know?
His whole gimmick is that he's the heel. He's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's better with his reactions, his heel heat.
Of course, but we'll get into his match in just a moment. But before we do, we got the tag team gauntlet for the Never Openweight 6-man tag championships. We had the Bullet Club of Fale, Tamatanga, and Tangaloa defending the belts against War Machine and Michael Elgin, against Suzuki-gun of Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and the Maniac known as Iizuka, who we both fucking popped for coming through the entrance. Well, not the entrance, the crowd. Then we had El Desperado and Taka pretty much put a leash on him. Versus Gucci Japan of Juice Robinson, Taguchi, and Makabe. Versus the winners of Beretta, Tomohiro Ishii, and Toru Yano.
I was happy that they gave Suzuki-gun. Who came out first? It was Suzuki-gun and
I think who came out first? I think it was. Wasn't it War Machine?
Yeah. Okay. War Machine got eliminated because they got Zack Sabre Jr. put him in an elimination, and then
next. I think it was War Machine, and then I think next was Taguchi Japan.
I heard, what was weird though, because they had Michael Elgin come out with War Machine, but apparently, I've heard that War Machine and Michael Elgin have heat with each other.
A lot of that, and they tagged the night after too. See, a lot of that, I think it's coming from that whole shit with Michael Elgin and his stool. Like, you heard about that, right? I mean, I know you totally fucking missed that. There was someone in his stool that is being accused for sexual harassment, and like Michael Elgin supposedly like neglected it.
Oh.
Yeah. I gotta find that article, but
yeah, you can send it to me later. I just want.
I'll find it to you, and then
So they don't like. So what? War Machine said something, against that. And said something about the student or something.
It could have been. I'm not. You see, I'm not sure. See, I really kind of. I hate to say, I did kind of ignore the. I did kind of ignore it a little bit. The what went on. Just because, because personally, not for nothing, I feel like if he did ignore it, whatever happened, he kind of did the right thing, not commenting. I hate to say it, he kind of did, but anyway, maybe there's more to it that I didn't look that probably stemmed, but But I mean, it's like people are like really up in arms and like wanting to fucking do things with this guy, and it,
Well, it just seems like I don't know, maybe he's on his way out. I don't know. I've heard he's had some heat with some people in Japan. I know he's a talented guy. I don't know if this is the reason he has heat with people, but he apparently he does. You don't really hear too much of this in Japan, but it happens.
He's being removed for indie shows over it. It's because he didn't do anything about it. I don't know, man.
Sometimes, well, if it's your school, you should do something about it.
He should have let the guy. He should have got rid of the guy. He should. You know what? Yeah, maybe he should have gotten rid of the guy. But the thing is, he should have not publicly said anything.
No, he doesn't have to publicly say anything.
Yeah.
He just gets rid of the guy, and then
exactly.
I would have said it. I would have personally apologized to the person it happened to, fired the guy, and then moved on.
Be like, dude, I'm sorry. Nowadays is not the time to fuck around. This shit's happening way too frequent now. I gotta let you go. It's business, and I gotta protect myself. I hate to say it, but he's kind of going down with this guy, and it's like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? I mean, the guy's got, like Michael Hogan, he's got a kid, he's got a wife who's an indie worker, Mischief. Like, he has a fucking family to provide here, and he's hurting himself by just not doing anything about it, and then he's getting heat over it, And who knows what his fucking stance is.
We don't know if this is what is causing this. This could be something else. He could just be an asshole in New Japan. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. You never know. But, hey, whatever.
They seem like I mean, all things considered, they seem like an okay tag team. It was weird. It was weird that Rowe. I like Zack Sabre Jr. I just don't see
he's got to fucking bulk up, dude.
I don't see him submitting somebody as big as Rowe. I mean, I like if he had a little bit more definition to him, if he was he could still be kind of lanky, but I mean put some muscle on a little bit.
I like the submissions he does with his legs, where he'll wrap his legs around your arm or something, and then tie into a fucking a face lock, because at least he's using his height to an advantage. Where okay, I may not be muscular, but at least I can use the rest of my body to hold other parts of this guy's body down. And he does a creative super crazy style pin. Guy is fucking talented. It's just bulk up a little bit, look a little more believable with the guys you're working against. But
yeah, you don't want to be come on, you don't look like you shouldn't look like somebody where they can break the pin at any break the submission hold at any point.
Put it to you this way: when size wise, arm wise or whatever, build wise, when your arms are not even 6 inches, when your arms are only just about fucking 6 to 12 inches thicker than a cheeseburger, you need to start hitting the gym, buddy. You need to start getting put carbs on and start fucking lifting weights.
Yeah, it's it's true. It is, and especially considering you're in Suzuki-gun and everybody's built like a fucking Mac.
And I get it. I get it. He's vegan, but there's ways you could put muscle on.
Yeah, I protein. Your protein shakes, doing that. There's ways of putting muscle on. The thing is, he has to figure out a way to do that without doing a lot of damage to his body too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so who is the next team in?
I think. All right. Fuck. Yeah, I think it was. Hang on. Actually, I got the elimination bracket here. Okay. All right. Yeah, War Machine was the first one in. Eliminated Suzuki-gun. Then the next one in were Chaos. They eliminated.
Okay, Chaos came in.
They eliminated everybody basically.
Yano got some shine in. I think he got 2 separate eliminations. I'm seeing here. He eliminated Taichi. I didn't even fucking realize this. Yeah,
he eliminated
Taichi, got him on the roll up,
and he eliminated Taguchi right after that.
He got some shine. And that's
dude, I
cool
can't
because
fucking.
he usually doesn't get,
It didn't hit me. You know what? I hate to say it. This is another match I really wasn't paying attention to, and it's. I don't know. It's just some of these matches just like this to me. Just it didn't hit me for some reason. There were some spots I was like, oh, all right, good, but like I don't know. I hate to say it. I really didn't buy Chaos winning this. I like Beretta. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he got his win.
Get something. You know what? To be honest, after Yano's performances, and Beretta needs to do something.
I would have. Yeah, but I would have been fine if like
you needed to give. You need to be honest. I think they were like, oh, we need to give something to Ishii and Beretta and Yano.
Which I don't know if you want to.
They kind of did. You know what? It doesn't mean that they're gonna have the belts for very long.
Do you want to know something though, or do you want me to be quiet?
What happened?
Immediately the night after, the Bullet Club got the belts back.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. So it was a feel good moment for the day.
Yeah.
You know what it was like? You know what it was like for Beretta? It was like it was almost like they treated him like WWE did to Zack Ryder. They gave him the belt, and the night after, they put the belt immediately on The Miz.
Well, I mean, in hindsight, that was probably the smarter move.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, have the feel good moment. You know what? I personally would have popped if I did like the decision, but I think I would have popped more if they had given it to Taguchi. So I feel like Juice Robinson needs like some kind of championship.
Yeah, he needs something too. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I feel you know what? To be honest, I think Juice Robinson versus Tanahashi would have been a better match.
It would have. It would have
been a better match than Jay White.
Yeah, I agree, and I like Jay White. He's but it's like I don't. It was just too soon, way too soon to have the opportunity he had. Like Juice Robinson at least has been on that show for like at least 2 years, to where like people are like, oh okay, yeah. Jay White was a young boy. He came in doing a couple of matches. Then he got he went on an excursion for Ring of Honor for a couple months, and now he comes out and all of a sudden he's going against Tanahashi. It's like it didn't add up. It didn't add up, but
it would have been. And honestly, it would have been. I think it would have been fine if they had given him like at least a couple months to like get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
And you see him on like on Japanese cards, and God damn it, he's got to fucking do something about the baby face though. He's too clean shaven, and his face he just has that fucking baby face.
I hope he could grow facial hair though. He strikes me as
put some facial hair on because
he strikes me. Dude, you know exactly who he looks like.
He's got a good overall look. It's just that fucking baby face that just it kills his It kills him because I can't take him as a heel. I can't.
That's why he wasn't for so long. That's why he was a babyface. Yo, I know exactly who he looks like. Like when they were younger, like fucking dead on. And give me one second here. And okay, let's see. Here you go. All right, look at your Facebook.
Oh, Wade Barrett?
He looks exactly like a young Wade Barrett.
Oh, fuck, yeah, he does. He does look like Wade Barrett.
Yeah, yeah. It is dead on. Wade Barrett did the right thing, growing facial hair.
Yeah, no, he needs to at least a beard or a mustache.
He needs a little fucking something there. It's not working out. But anyway.
Yeah, he looks too young.
Well, wait. I want to see how old this kid is. If I could call. Alright, he's the same age. Alright, he's the same age as me. I'm a couple months older than him. All right. He's got that. He's got the syndrome I have. I have the baby face look too, but I that's why I gotta keep up with facial hair. So if I gotta do it, buddy, so do you. And another guy who I always felt like needed facial hair has a baby face, but I've come around to believing as a competitor. We had Kota Ibushi against Cody, with Brandy Rhodes at ringside, and I would like to mention, this is a cool moment that someone acknowledged on Twitter, that Brandy Rhodes unintentionally made history as the first ever black female to step in a New Japan ring on Wrestle Kingdom.
Wow. That's that's pretty cool.
You know what though, and I've been saying this, and this is why I brought up the women earlier. I really, really feel like eventually I feel like it would be time to do women's matches in Japan, in New Japan.
I mean, I don't understand why they don't. I think Noah does it.
I mean,
there's
no,
other
for none,
promotions in Japan
it would give some women more of a, because no, for none, WWE for the women is kind of like that's why I'm happy Ring of Honor is doing their thing now with the women, but it's like for the most part WWE and NXT is the be all end all for the women. It's like
I mean, and
you
that's
gotta
sad
give them
because
something.
it used to be where you had knockouts too.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. Like they were the redeeming part.
Was the main thing in wrestling for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, concerning Impact is where they are now. We're basically stuck with WWE and they're floundering and bullshit.
Yep. Yeah, but
so I mean, why couldn't they I would love to just have them like Japan going. We're gonna test this out. We're gonna get a couple women from Noah. Like that. You could have like a hardcore match where it's like, just like like something out of the '90s where you have like fucking someone like getting. Oh god, they did a fucking. I remember I was watching some match online. It was on Facebook. So it was like it was Bull Nakano and
Bull Nakano.
Yeah. And she fucking takes she takes a fucking cop killer.
Oh yeah, oh she was a badass, dude. Though, took
that.
Like you know how she looked back then, right?
Yeah.
Like with the hair and dude, you gotta see how she looks now. She looks totally different.
I thought she was dead. To be honest.
The shit she did back then. No, dude, she man. Like she's like, yeah, here you go. Here's her and Medusa. Like I had a
what
fucking
the hell?
I had a double check. Yeah, I had a double check. I was like, that's Bull Nakano now? Like she looks great.
She looks better, yeah. What the hell?
She's
I would not believe that was her.
And actually, 2 days from now, she'll be 50.
Jesus.
Yeah, she ages well. And Medusa too. I always thought Medusa got pretty as she, well, she stayed pretty, I should say. She, look, I tell you what, Sonny's probably looking at them and going, what went wrong?
They weren't whores?
Yeah,
they were good wrestlers.
They stayed respectful.
Medusa, for her credit, was a fantastic wrestler.
Oh,
fantastic. Yeah. I think she's still probably one of the greatest to ever lace up.
I'm not so much. I mean, you know what? I liked her. She did her good work as a Lunger Blaze, but I mean, I feel like she did do better in Japan and WCW, and well, not really so much even WCW, because that was becoming more of like a diva thing in the 90s, but like, I want to say like when she was Medusa Machili, I've seen a lot of that work, when she, like toward like the AWA period and all that, but yeah, man, get back to Japan. Match here with Kota and Cody, I feel like it flowed really nicely. Obviously the big spot here was the crossroads onto the floor.
Yeah, but even before that, Jesus, that crossbody. The crossbody. This is the thing. It's like, in WWE now, you know how many times have we had like like the spot where the guy goes and like freaking like lays out the bitch, like just like either like accidentally like lariat.
Oh
or
yeah,
knocks
that she was great, and there was a ruse.
No, but it took expectations. Like, you know how like in WWE or in another promotion, like a girl gets like fucking laid out and they're dead.
Yeah.
So you just see like you see Kota Ibushi is like picking her up, and he's like all sad and fucking like he picks her up like like he's the thing from the Black Lagoon. He's fucking like carrying her around, and you just see Cody come out of nowhere and just punch him in the face, and he drops her like a fucking sack of potatoes,
and she's just laughing.
Yeah, and everything that happened, like, and she took most of that. She took the entire crossbody. Like, Cody barely took anything, and like, Cody goes over to her, and then she pops up, and she's just like fucking laughing her ass off, like she's still selling like the neck, like she was hurt, but she was just like kind of like, yeah, no, I wasn't knocked out, you fucking moron. I was playing the whole thing, like that was fantastic. That was a great spot.
Oh man, yeah, but for most of this match though, other than a couple of those spots, most of the match was fucking Kota Ibushi.
Oh yeah, I mean that's where it needed to be, and I love the selling at when after the crossroads off the apron happened. I loved his reaction, I loved his selling where he's basically like kind of like dead, like he's like can barely move his body, like the ref is trying to pick him up, like try to get him up,
yeah,
and he's just like he's just selling like no like that he has like no feeling in his body at all. And then he starts getting all the hope spots like towards the end. And Cody's like keeps trying to go for like the crossroads. It's good. I thought it was a really good match. Like you said, it flowed very well. I think Cody looks fantastic with the blonde hair.
Yeah,
I think he looks more villainous and more sinister looking.
Oh yeah, though I will say though he lost the big one to Dalton, and now he lost to Kota. Guy got to get back on a winning streak. When it comes to
I think he did. I think
pay-per-views.
the reason that he lost the belt was because he was going to lose to Kota. I don't think they wanted to give the belt to Kota Ibushi, so I think that's the reason Dalton took the belt. I think the next big pay-per-view, I think Dalton's giving Cody the belt back. That's just me. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And they're gonna hot potato.
Yeah, he's gonna get that. I definitely think he's getting that belt back.
Yeah.
They wanted to give Dalton his moment. That's fine. You know what? I'm glad they didn't do a rematch on this card. At least give him a little more than a month. Like
I think at the next big, like if it's like what's the next big Ring of Honor pay-per-view?
I think their anniversary show in February.
I think that might be it.
Here, I'll take a look.
I think they might throw it back to him after that, or maybe they'll leave it. They'll leave it until maybe like May or June. I just think at some point, Cody's gonna get the belt back, sooner rather than later, if anything. But and then I think they'll have an ongoing feud for like the next like year.
Right. I'm seeing the next feud for Dalton actually is Punishment Martinez. That's cool.
That's actually a pretty good.
That's cool.
That's pretty good. You know, people won't like punishment, so.
Yeah, yeah, he's come a long fucking way. Like in such a short amount of time. Anyway, we gotta like roll this a little quicker. So we got next up we got Killer Elite Squad against Evil and Sonata for the IWGP heavyweight tag team titles. Talk about a match.
This match as much.
Yeah, dude. You know what? It's sad because I like both teams a lot. But
I liked some of the spots. I thought the choke slam into the young boy was a good idea.
That was fucking awesome.
I didn't get to miss it. I missed it. I got to watch it on YouTube, but I liked some of the spots. I liked the entrance, or he's just like fucking doing the DX, fucking spitting water on everybody. But like he was like spamming it on everybody. Like he had. Like, you're the one that mentioned this, like, he had, like, a fucking million different water bottles, like, coming out of his fucking pants. And I don't know, I like Davey Boy Smith Jr. I think he's a pretty good worker, all things considered. I think, I like Archer a lot. And we both like Evil, and we both like Sonata. So, I thought this was too formulaic, where it was like,
it was, dude. And you know what, dude? Honestly, for much as a guy like Davey Boy really is not a fan of WWE anymore and has no desire to go back, it was a WWE style match. Like, it was very much heels come in, beat the shit out of the guys that like the people that I guess the crowd are getting behind, completely beating the fuck out of them, and then all of a sudden they make a babyface comeback and win. It really was too much of a like you said, a formulaic match. It was good spots. It's just the flow of it seemed to cookie cutter, I guess you could say.
And another thing was, like, I hated the like the early, like trying to put them away early, where it was like they teased the quick finish.
Yeah, you knew that wasn't gonna happen.
I didn't like that either.
I
didn't like that either. I think that was kind of dumb. Like obviously they're not gonna do a quick finish.
Yep.
What was the next one after this?
We had Hiroki Goto going against your boy Minoru Suzuki for the Never Openweight Championship.
God damn, this match is brutal.
Loses their hair. Yeah, a lot of stiff shots, but you know what? It was to be expected.
No, remember? The that chokehold in the fucking corner though. In the beginning of the match, Jesus Christ, that chokehold. The Goto looked like he was dead, which was fantastic fucking selling. Is he choked him out, and you could see his like fucking eyes kind of like just like staring out vacantly while the rest of his body just went limp. So that was pretty disturbing looking. Like just seeing Goto's fucking like Goto looked like he was dead. And then the whole story that they were telling, where it was like Suzuki could have just gone, gotten the he at any point could have just done the rear naked choke and just put Goto down, and he kept releasing it so he could go and do the Gotch pile driver, and the fucking brutality, the slaps and shit, like the fucking, like I think Suzuki hit Goto so fucking hard that he was bleeding out of the mouth, just from a fucking slap.
Oh yeah.
And then that fucking, remember that drop kick he did towards the end where you fucking
he just came full of fucking velocity.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you though, Suzuki's so fucking smooth. Like, for the guy that's right damn near 50, he's fucking smooth with all the shit that he does. You know what though? I really liked, my favorite spot was probably the Avalanche Ushigoroshi. I know I sound a little markish there, a little smart markish, but you know, it was, dude, that it was something you don't see at a Goto. I am not a fan. I'm not really. That should have been the finish. I'm not really a fan of the GTR. It's too basic for me. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you know,
I don't know. I like the fact that he goes from like he does that and then he goes into the GTR.
Right. Yeah, it's a setup.
To me, it looks more brutal. It looks more brutal to have both, like, you know, doing the Ushigoroshi and then going into that looks more brutal. Like he's like gonna break your neck in two different places. I don't know. You know, if it was just the one, I couldn't see. I could actually see something kicking out. Doing it twice in a row. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker has no neck.
Yeah, but he loses and then he shaves the sacred back mohawk.
No, but the thing was, now that now in hindsight, I think Meltzer was right where he's like, he's this motherfucker's in his 50s. He's probably tired of that hairstyle. I mean, you know, it's the thing that got him over. I mean, not over. I mean, like, it's the thing that, you know, like, people recognize with, you know, Minoru Suzuki's, you know, like, fucking hairstyle. But I think, you know, he's probably tired of that shit.
He's been wearing it at least. I saw matches with him from 2007, and he's been wearing that.
He's been wearing that for like clearly a decade already.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what? Hey, there's nothing wrong with him just going, you know what? This is it. I'm not saying he might retire.
He looks fucking crazier though. With the fucking
he looks like the fucking French Angel. And then for anyone that never seen the French Angel, look that up in your own discretion.
I'm looking that up.
You've never seen the French Angel?
Oh my god. No, I haven't.
That was an actual wrestler.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was an actual fucking wrestler.
He looks like...
He's Shrek. He's fucking Shrek, dude.
No, he looks like if you fused Minoru Suzuki with Andre.
Yeah, practically.
Oh god. Yeah, he is Shrek. Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude. Damn, dude was
These
born.
French wrestlers are gigantic.
Damn, dude was born in fucking 1903. Yeah,
Jesus.
1903, died at age 50 in 1954.
Damn.
A month before his birthday. Shit. Yeah, damn, dude. Nah, but yeah, fucking Suzuki does look more terrifying, and you know what? By all means, it's, you know.
I mean, and this was the thing that we noted. It was like Suzuki-gun, as you know, like as the entire roster for Suzuki-gun, they lost all their belts. They have no more belts, which was weird. It was like, I wonder what they're gonna do next. As you know, like to you know, like as a storyline, are they gonna like start rebelling against Suzuki, or are they gonna be more violent and, you know, start attacking other factions more because they're pissed off that they lost all their belts? I wonder what they're gonna do next with them.
I'm not really sure what they're gonna do next with him, honestly, because they really didn't set up anything with. Oh, I think maybe Tanahashi. Yeah, that's right. They're setting up him for Tanahashi. Yeah, that's right.
I would love that match. I think that would be a pretty good idea.
You know what, dude? Honestly, I'll explain why when we get to the match why Hiroshi is hurt and why Suzuki needs the belt. But let's get into the next match, which was the Fatal 4-Way for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. We had the champion going in, Marty Scurll, with a fucking badass entrance versus Hiromu Takahashi versus Kushida versus Will Ospreay. Let's just acknowledge that all of these guys were over. All of them.
Yeah, it was like an Attitude Era match.
Yeah.
Where like everybody on the card is like
not for nothing, dude. Japan,
it's
I
not
can say
like
this.
one guy's getting booed.
Yeah, Japan is in the Attitude Era because everyone's over. There's very few people you look at and you're like, he sucks, but you know it is what it is. Well, most of the talent is over in this company, and especially the junior heavyweights. These guys, it was like I didn't care who won. I really didn't care who won. Kushida won, all right, fine. Marty retained, all right, yeah, cool. Hiromu won, yeah, fine. I mean, obviously the winner was Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay was the best decision because I think they told the story of he never beat Marty. He's never beaten Marty. And he finally
fucking conquered him on the biggest stage, the biggest fucking stage. He beats Marty, so it was like, it really was like a full circle of redemption. And it's like, you know what though too, it's crazy to think too that it's like their feud, their rivalry was so fucking important that like the other guys, you know, Hiromu and Kushida, did not matter to them, but it added to the match because all these guys are still beating the fuck out of each other to the point where it's like, hey, Kushida and Hiromu are like, hey, we're involved in this. You know, this isn't just you two guys. We're involved, and we have our own rivalry, and they have their own rivalry.
I love the fact that they were getting like all these different like. At one point, what was it like? He sprayed something in Kushida's face, and he was like completely like blinded. And then he had, I love that they have like this backstory with Scurll and Takahashi, where he's completely afraid of him, and you know, every time he gets a hold of him, he fucking like snaps his fingers, and he's like rolled over in pain. And the fact that he was like for months he was like wearing fucking, you know, a hand cast, so you know he couldn't snap his fingers anymore. he comes out with the goddamn when he comes out with Daryl, he gives the ring announcer the fucking Daryl to like safeguard because he doesn't trust Marty Scurll.
Yeah, I like the little lucha mask on Daryl. That was fucking cool.
Oh well, they explained that because it's supposed to be because Daryl's in they said he's in witness protection, so he has to No, they did. They said he's in witness protection, so he's going by Daryl Jr. So Bad Luck Fale doesn't get a hold of him again.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, you know what? They better not team LHA against Bullet Club because Fale is ripping that thing up again.
Oh, poor Daryl. They gotta make a shirt. They gotta make a shirt, you know, like the walking bomb, and then you have Takahashi as Rick, and then you have Daryl as Daryl.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. He needs to give Daryl a little crossbow.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's fucking tremendous. Yeah, no, but like, dude, Marty really does his gimmick fucking just fine. I love the whole the old school bringing the powder in the ring.
Yeah, like Kushida gets right in the face.
Oh yeah.
The whole match, he has the fucking powder all over his goddamn face, like he's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then god, that fucking I loved how many times they kept teasing the Oz Cutter just to turn it into a chicken wing, and then that crazy what was it, the moonsault off the top of the tower.
The scaffolding, yeah, the 10-foot, yeah, he did like a 10-foot leap.
Yeah,
or whatever.
And then you were like, "Oh, I don't think you'd see this in WWE."
Sure, you won't. You know what it reminded me of? It did remind me of like shit like Super Crazy would do. You know, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of other spots here. They were really good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did like when like fucking Ospreay would like yell Oz Cutter, and then Mark's going, "No, chicken wing."
What about that super?
The
super
power
kick
bomb,
where they kept lining up.
Yeah,
and, like going
right.
up to like
the
top of the.
They worked together for like a brief period. Yeah, no, you know what? Also too, another one where like Hiromu was just doing fucking power bombs like crazy to the floor, and then Kushida did his own. Did Will Ospreay came in, did his thing. I think he did a shooting star.
Yeah, they were like
it was just non-fucking stop
power bombs to like the top.
Yeah,
it was like sunset flip power bombs from like the apron to the floor.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, that match.
And then Marty fucking slapping the shit out of people with his umbrella.
Well, we didn't even mention Marty's fucking entrance too.
No, I said it was badass, but yeah.
That's beyond. I think that was probably the best entrance out of everybody.
I did like Jericho's, and we'll get into that. But you know, I would say yes, it is the best out of the whole card. It was definitely the best. He made it. You know, he came out there making it feel like, you know what, man, this is the biggest card I'm at right now. This is what matters, and you know. Fucking amen to him treating it like a big time fucking card, which by the way, I don't even know if we got it. We didn't mention this at all. You want to know what the attendance was for this card?
No, what was it?
So paid was, I can't believe how many people got fucking Toms. Paid was 34,995. Attendance was 43,000.
Damn, they fucking filled up the. That's nearly the fucking cap of the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, it could hold just about maybe 50,000. Well, yeah, with all the staging and shit, that's about it. So they pretty much just about sold it out.
That was pretty much a sellout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Fucking congrats to Japan. They actually were able to. Well, I mean, obviously it wasn't a total sellout for the count that like almost 10,000 people did get comps, but they filled it up. That's the best way you can explain it. They filled it up, which is, you know what, that's fine. And they damn near came close to a sellout. So kudos, but. Will Ospreay gets the win via Oz Cutter, as we mentioned. He got his big win over Marty. We get to the next match here. Jay White against Tanahashi for the Intercontinental title. A lot of people are calling this one of the more underwhelming big matches of Wrestle Kingdom's history. And a lot of it has to do... It was a good match. It was a good match. You know, it wasn't
just not what we wanted to see.
Dude, this was a match you put in Corrigan Hall. This was a match you put in even barely on a Dominion. This is a match you go through in a G1. This is not a Wrestle Kingdom match. This is not a we're in front of fucking 43,000 people style match. That's how you put it. But a lot of it has to do with.
Me and you made the point. If you were gonna throw anyone at him, Cody,
or even
Cody, Juice Robinson would have been fine.
But even then, dude, it doesn't matter at this point. After I learned what I learned, it doesn't matter who you threw at him, because Tanahashi's more hurt than people think. He is reported, not only does he have a torn bicep still, but now he has something wrong with his knee. So the motherfucker needs to get fixed. He's
probably gonna.
He's being a stubborn 40-year-old man. He's being a stubborn 40-year-old man going out there working hurt. So that's really what it was. Yeah, dude. If you watch those Sling
that's
Blades,
probably why they're gonna give the belt to Suzuki then.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, probably they should. I'm going through the highlights here just to pinpoint everything. You watch his Sling Blades. The dude is landing on his heels. He's not even like. He's like gingerly doing the moves. You could tell he's fucking hurt.
Yeah, something was off with some of his moves.
Yeah, so I can't blame Jay White. I cannot. That's why I can't blame him. I want to see Jay White go against, spoiler, his next feud, Kenny Omega. I want to see what he'll do against him, and then I can fully judge him. But I will give a pass on I will give a pass on him. I blame this more on Tanahashi. And
To be honest, it wasn't even really that. I wouldn't even blame Tanahashi. I just think
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
Bad.
I'm not blaming him.
I blame this on Gato. I think this is a bad booking. I think it was the only bad booking of the entire. I think it was the only bad booking of the entire pay-per-view.
Going into it, it made no sense. But like the physical match. I'm talking about the physical match itself. I do blame Tanahashi. The booking itself, to have these guys face each other, it wasn't. It shouldn't have happened regardless. I immediately thought this to myself, a long time ago, when they first announced this. But anyway, match was decently paced. Jay White working the heel thing, working the legs, working certain body parts. Tanahashi doing his Superman comeback, doing his dragon screws and everything, doing his frog splashes to the floor. Really, the most brutal looking spot was the suplex into the corner by Jay White. And then obviously the finish being the double frog splash, the one to the back, and then one for the cover. Thus, Tanahashi retaining. Not really much else to say about this. And then the next match, oof, oof. No DQ match for the U.S. title. We have Chris Jericho against Kenny Omega.
Remember when we said Attitude Era? Yeah. Fuck, could you imagine these two motherfuckers doing a Hell in a Cell? Jesus Christ.
You know what?
Oh god, this was brutal. This is what everybody wanted to see. Everybody was like, to their credit, they could have put on a cookie cutter match, and it still would have been, did their spots, got in their shine, did the 5 moves, the 4 or 5 moves of Doom, and brought it home. These two motherfuckers put on a fucking clinic of, how you do a hardcore match, how you do, how you get heat, how you, put on a classic match that, in certain aspects, I do think this was a better. I do think this was a better match than in certain aspects, and this is just my flavor of what I like in wrestling. I kind of like this match a little bit more than the second Okada versus Omega match. I think
the
this
1
is
hour
better.
draw. You talking about the 1 hour draw, right?
I think that was a weak. To be honest, as much as they put more effort into that one than that match, I prefer the first one a little bit more.
Nah, dude, I think the first one stands alone. It really stands alone on itself. It's still, to me, it's a classic. It's a classic. They had their trilogy. Kenny wound up being the conqueror within the G1 of that trilogy. But, you know, the first match stands alone. Now, can I say which one was better? The Okada Omega match or this one? I can say what I liked. I can't say what was better in terms of statistic-wise, but I can tell you what I preferred, and I do prefer this because, not for nothing, dude, you and I are Attitude Era kids. Like, there's one thing about us. We'll always be Attitude Era kids, and this had more. This spoke more to us, not because of Chris Jericho. It's just everything they did, the brawling, the going through the table, Don Callis doing his best Jim Ross, Kenny Omega doing the fucking another scaffolding spot where he does
I love the fact that he was going out of his way to be a huge bastard of a heel, and he slaps the shit out of it. It was Red Shoes, right? It was Red Shoes that was
and then he slapped the shit out of Red Shoes, puts the Lion Tamer or I think maybe even the fucking I think it could have been the Walls, either one.
No, it was the Lion Tamer.
Alright, it was the Lion Tamer. He puts the Lion Tamer.
That was the irony of it.
Yeah,
he put a Lion Tamer on a young lion.
And he yells, "Look at your son! Look at your son!" What a piece of shit! It was tremendous. It was fucking tremendous. I must have watched this match at least like 3 or 4 times. Just already, it was just like it doesn't get old to me. It's like I'm like, it's just they put their fucking mark on it. It's just, to me, I love it. I absolutely love this. You know, there's 2 things I didn't like. There's 2 things, if I have to nitpick, I didn't like. I know you corrected me on the
rope breaks, right?
The one rope break where Kenny was going in, and then Jericho's yelling around, "It's no DQ! It's no DQ!" That was fine. That I had no problem with. It's the one that they counted, where he does the one-wing angel, and I understand it's to protect that move. They're protecting that move so no one kicks out of it. That's what they're doing. They're protecting it so no one kicks out of it, but don't do the fucking one-wing angel twice. Don't do it twice. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what happened is, technically, and I was watching something, and they made a valid point. When you put your hand on the ropes, and it's the middle of a count, you're technically, because once you put your hand out of the ropes, part of your body is outside the ring. You can't pin somebody when you're out of the ring because it's not a false count anywhere match. So once you put your hand on the rope,
oh fuck! I never fucking. Oh fuck! All right. You know what? All right. You got me on that. But you know what, dude? You know, for nothing. All right. I watch Japan regularly. I watch it more than you. I didn't even know that. The announcers should have said that.
Announcers, yeah. That falls on Don Callis and Kevin Kelly.
Yeah.
You know what? We shouldn't
have to rely.
Thought it, yeah. But that is, so if you see it in a no DQ match, Once
No.
they put their hand on the ropes,
Dude, there was a
because
lot of...
there's nothing being disqualified there too.
Right.
So they put the ropes. Technically, you put your hand outside. You're putting your hand outside the ring.
Right.
Your body, once you're to the ropes, you break contact with the ring, and you're considered part of your body is on the outside. So you can't pin anyone outside of the ring. So
Yeah. That's fucking clever. That is clever. You know what? Yeah, all right. I'll take that back. I'll take that back, but I'll point it toward that the announcer should have said that.
no,
the announcers.
the one time that I thought was stupid was the one time he had him in the walls and he broke contact when he got to the ropes. Because the first time he used the cold spray, which I fucking love that spot where he was using the
That
cold
was the second time he went
eye.
toward the ropes. That was the second time. The
No, it was
first
the
time. No, the first time he went toward the rope, he was yelling, "It's no DQ." Yeah, that was the second time.
Wasn't there another time where he got him and then he got to the ropes and he broke it?
He broke it eventually to do something else.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So my only gripe then in this match with the performers themselves, was how he hit Jericho and it was a little bit of a delayed reaction, and then he fell through the table.
You know what? That was also selling, like the fact that he
you know what?
trying to be tough.
But you know what I would have done? Because you know what it looked like? Because by him holding on with two hands and then falling, it looked delayed. You know what I would have done if I were Jericho? Little minor detail, I would have had Kenny hit him in the head, or did what he did, and hold on with one hand and then fall through. Because then at least it looks like, oh, I'm stunned, but I'm trying to stagger a little. I'm staggering, but I'm trying to hold on, and oh fuck, I lost grip. You know, like it just kind of looked like, oh, I'm trying, and boom.
You know what? Spot. To be honest, to be honest, I think they should have done it where he fell forward to the rope and then just looked like he just lost.
Oh, like rebounded.
And rebounded and then went into the
that would have looked fucking sick. Yeah, that would have looked really sick. But you know what, dude? I can't really. I'm not gonna take a move. I'm not gonna take something like that and fucking completely go, it took away the match. Yeah, ruined the match. Yeah, exactly. So you know what? I'm totally fine with. I'm still fine with the match.
I had no complaints with the overall performance. I think overall, I think it worked. I think everything in the match worked. I think. And they did spots that we were kind of calling some of the spots, like what they were gonna do. And I love the fact that they didn't go with they didn't do the code breaker until late. And you even mentioned it. Oh yeah, they haven't done the code breaker. And then as soon as you said that, Jericho hit the code breaker.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he did it. He did it the one time. Kenny kicked out. I think he hit it twice.
Yeah, he did. He hit him with the code breaker, and then he tried to do it again, and then I think Kenny reversed it.
Which, by the way, Kenny sells that the fucking best. Because most of the guys, all they do is lean forward and take a back bump. Kenny fucking drives his face into it.
Yeah, and he bounces off to the side.
Yeah, he fucking drives his face into it. It's fucking tremendous. And then, obviously, the best spot of the match was the end, where he hits Jericho while Jericho's going for a lion salt. Hits him in the back. Jericho's hanging on. He picks up one wing angel onto the fucking chair.
Oh, you forgot all the fucking V-triggers. To the point where he was V-triggered so many times that he was fucking spitting up blood.
He was bleeding from the eye. I mean, Jericho even had a cut from the, well, I'm just talking about what I thought was his best spot. But, everything looked fucking brutal, obviously. You had, Jericho obviously had a cut from the table. cut above the eye. Mainly
He had
probably
a
because
cut
of
on
the
his
fucking...
ass. He was fucking
No, that's what I'm
bleeding from
saying.
when he fucking fell on the
Yeah, that's what I'm
table.
saying. That's what I'm saying. He fell through the table.
Oh, you know what was my favorite? One of my favorite spots was when he fucking busted the no when he was when they were in the beginning of the match where he set up the chair and they're brawling and they for the longest time you don't notice you notice the chair is there but you don't know when they're gonna utilize it, and I think
Yeah.
he does like a reversal and Kenny goes face first right into it. And then, he doesn't get busted open the first time, and then he just starts smashing his head into it, about
Oh yeah,
5 times.
yeah. Okay, that was probably all right. That was probably one of my my next favorite spot.
And then you see Kenny's just gushing blood, gushing blood for, the rest of the match until he pours a little bit of water on himself. And he gets back up, and then Jericho fucking takes the chair and fucking whacks him right in the goddamn head and breaks the fucking chair over his head. That was fucking brutal. I don't care who you are. That had to hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that was a fucking chair shot to the head. If I ain't seen one in a long time. Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, that's a masterpiece. I can't. That's something that's that's it's up. I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know. It's a different flavor of wrestling. It's different than Japan, and it's not quite Japan. And it's not quite WWE or Ring of Honor. It's something that's new and kind of hybrid where they're doing crazy spots, they're doing quick paced wrestling and in a lot of holds and technical and strong style wrestling like Japan, but at the same time they're hitting each other with chairs. They're implementing outside the ring. They're doing a lot of storytelling. And it's not quite WWE, but it's not quite Japan. Something that the wrestling should be like.
I would have made it. I was gonna make a joke and be like, "Yeah, that's what I've been doing with EMW for a decade." But which is true. But no. You know where I've been. You know who used to do this all the time? Jersey All Pro always had. That's exactly a lot of what they did in Jersey All Pro. Whereas they're doing strong style wrestling, stiff ass fucking wrestling, and they're incorporating weapons into it. So this to me was like a Jersey All Pro style match.
I mean, I've never gotten the privilege of going to a Jersey All Pro match, so I'm gonna just take your word on it. But
dude,
was this as good as an indie, as one of those indie matches that you've seen?
Better, way fucking better. They took that style, that hybrid hardcore rugged style that I felt like wrestling should have been for a long fucking time, and what it should have been in 2018. They took it and they fucking popularized it and made it better.
Did your dad see the match yet?
Oh yeah. My dad saw the entire card. Oh, that is his favorite match. That is his favorite match. He respects the shit out of Jericho for going in like he did and busting his ass.
Okay.
But everyone and their grandmother knew that Kenny was winning.
Oh yeah, yeah. The only way they were gonna have Jericho win is if they were gonna do a long program. But it seems like what we know now. It seems like he's doing programs with different people within New Japan to get them over.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we gotta go to the last match on the card, the main events. Now, I'm glad I got to watch the New Year's Dash, because now, looking back at this, I can't shit on this too much. I really can't. And you know me, I'm a huge Naito fan. We got now Tetsuya Naito getting his main event against Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight. Well, fuck. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
I like this match. I like it a lot. I think it was a fantastic match. Couple things that I noted, and I'm gonna say Okada and Okada and Naito don't quite have the feud that Naito has with Tanahashi. I think there's more hatred there, and I think they built more of a reason that Naito despises both Tanahashi and Nakamura. So there's more, animosity in the fact that he feels like he's been kept down.
Yeah.
So this match didn't quite have the
spark,
and the impact. It was more
like
Naito doesn't hate him.
It was more like I'm gonna prove myself. It was more like Naito saying I'm gonna prove myself as to why Wrestle King. This is what should have happened at Wrestle Kingdom 8.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. It's just like he. It's in a weird way. I think he thinks of Okada as a rival, but it doesn't hate him necessarily. Like he's not.
It's more like a competition as opposed to a blood feud.
Yes.
But you know what, dude? For the world title, that's okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we've been having blood feuds back and forth in Japan now, but it's like, especially what we just saw with Jericho and Omega. But I mean, hey, this, it was a story that was brewing for 5 years on and off. It should have been that, but it was more of a competition. Granted, don't get me wrong. You had your brutal spots. You had him doing multiple neck breakers. Spots. You had him doing the neck breaker through the barricade. You had him, fucking just kicking the fuck out of Okada all over the place. Working the leg early on, which you called.
I think there should have been more brutal, brawling. But you know what? I understand why they didn't do that, because you had that in the Kenny Omega and Jericho match, and I understand why they couldn't have that. Like logically, I understood why they couldn't have that be the main event. And I guess, you know what? In all fairness, good thing Naito didn't win the belt there, because think about this: the guy wins the fucking belt, and everyone still, all they're talking about is Jericho versus Omega. Would you really want to win the belt there? Like that?
Right? Yeah, you're right.
Like, no matter what they did, they were still like, it still felt like the lower totem pole of the match that evening. It was probably the second best match. I mean, that you can argue that would maybe the 4-man, like the junior heavyweight 4-man, but it's one of those situations where no matter what they did, they weren't gonna live up to the hype that Jericho versus Omega was, and he goes and wins the belt. It's like, it's less important than the match before it. And I think this works better considering, what they're doing later on. But again, like you said, I noted that early on the whole reason that, Okada was wearing pants is probably because they probably really wanted to make sure that he was guarded up, because they were doing a lot of leg spots.
Oh yeah.
It's still weird though seeing him not with his signature shorts. Yeah,
I don't know. I guess the pants are cool. I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't think the pants work for him. I don't know.
I'm hoping it was just for this match.
Nah, he wore them the next night.
Oh, that's weird.
You know what? All right, you know what it might be? I don't like the tassels. I don't know. He looks too much like a fucking Japanese Chippendale.
He's probably he might be hurt. You never know. He could be hurt, and they're
I don't. Yeah.
that could be it. He could be hurt, and they're like giving him like something around his like knees, so to like protect him, and they're just trying to not have him be like they're not trying to like they're not like they don't want to advertise that he's hurt, so they're probably like, oh, you wear these pants until you're healed up. Who knows? I mean, they might be trying to do a new look. I mean, he's been wearing the shorts for quite a while.
Yeah, could be just, I don't know. It could be a new look. I mean, I would be. I mean, I don't know. I guess I would be surprised to find out if he was actually hurt. But my favorite spot, I'd say, was the corner spot where Naito, it's like toward the end where Naito does like a somewhat of a Canadian destroyer. It was like, it wasn't quite, but it was like kind of similar to one. Because like Okada had his legs wrapped around him, like he was going for something.
I know.
And,
I know.
Yeah.
That spot.
Yeah.
My favorite spot was when it was the go home, where he hits the Destino. He goes for a second Destino. Okada reverses it and
into a spinning tombstone.
Yes.
Once I saw the spinning tombstone, I went, "Fuck, that's it. It's over."
Yeah, that no way you're coming back from that.
Yeah.
I to be honest, I would have. I mean, it was a really cool spot. I just think they could have. It would have been a little bit cooler if he had gone for Stardust, and then that's how he caught him.
Oh, that would have been dope. That would have been fucking dope. Yeah.
I think they're gonna be setting. The reason that they did that was because they're setting up. I think they're gonna have Kenny Omega versus, and this is an early prediction. I think it's gonna be Kenny Omega and Naito in the finals, the G1 this year. Kenny's gonna win it, and then Kenny is gonna beat Okada in next year's Wrestle Kingdom. I think that's what's going to happen, and then Naito's going to go apeshit and then decide that, he's going to go do an all-out war between LIJ and the Bullet Club. So I'm hoping that's my early predictions. I might be talking out of my ass, but I'm really hoping that's where they go with this, because him not winning. Yeah, I mean he. In all rights, he should have won. I don't know what the book, because New Japan doesn't book because, they're angry at somebody, or like they're like being spiteful towards a talent because they made a bad Twitter, or just because Gato feels like being funny. No, they're booking their decisions years in advance. Other than like some booking decisions for like the lesser, like the lesser belts and stuff. Their title, all the title switches and everything are booked in years in advance. So, obviously, unless because of the whole thing with Jericho, they decided to like switch it last minute. I think we were disappointed, but I think they made the right decision for the long run, because it would have been like you blew your load too soon. You've had this time where like Naito wants this like main event. He wants.
But he got his. Here's the thing, dude. If you add up to like, okay, let's take everything in factor here, right? He got his revenge on Tanahashi. He had the chance to fucking tarnish the IC title that cost him that main event, right? He got that, right? He already had gotten the world title, but it was beyond the world title. It was getting the G1. He got the G1. He got his main event at Wrestle Kingdom. He got that, right? But you know why I like this feud with Jericho? Because he went out on a press conference and said, Naito, that this match to him with Okada is the drawing point. To which Jericho gets on the podcast and went, Naito is a fucking idiot that's not the drawing point of Wrestle Kingdom. People only give a fuck about this card because I'm on it to go against Kenny Omega. So it's a drawing point between two matches. It's two main events. So that's why it's fucking appropriate to have Naito against Jericho right now. And he could win the title anytime and have his solid run with it. Jericho is not, let's be fair here, he's 47 years old. Jericho does not have a whole lot of time. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. Naito's gonna have a chance to go against Chris Jericho. And it's a fucking dream match for me personally and for a lot of people as well. So if Jericho could get in there, get some good matches, great matches out of these guys, by all means, there was a long-term plan and I'm fucking fine with it.
I'm hoping, but the thing is, I'm hoping do you think that they're gonna give Jericho the win?
Yeah, you don't know. You know what? If they do, that means you're gonna see Naito get his win back.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't think they just give Jericho the win.
Jericho's definitely gonna be around for a few months. He's definitely not gonna be in the Royal Rumble. He's not gonna be in Royal Rumble, everyone.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely the proof if he's going around, and because to be honest, he would have been in the Royal Rumble if this was like a one-off and he lost to Omega, and then suddenly, you don't see him for like a month, and then suddenly, obviously, and then you see him come out. If this means we won't see Jericho in WWE till he gets the Hall of Fame, I'm all fucking for it. I hate to say it, him in WWE became, other than that, him coming out there with Break the Walls Down, smiling, happy-go-lucky, to me, it ran its course. It ran its fucking course. It became hokey, and it's stale. Him coming out there to Fozzy, that song Judas, and coming out there being a total douchebag, it's new, it's fresh, it's different, it's a new heel run for him. And him coming out there being the biggest dick of them all, going against the heels, that's fantastic. He's not even going after the baby faces. That's the best part. He's going after the heels. He's so much of a heel, he's making the heels baby faces.
Yes, and it's tremendous. It is tremendous. But anyway, we're going to wrap up here. What would you rate Wrestle Kingdom, in your opinion? We're great. We don't do stars, we do grades.
Personally, last year's was better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really tough, plateau to
as a whole
ahead. As a whole, yeah, last year's was better. You had those four matches that were insane. You had back to back. This was a little bit, more. Certain parts were a little uneven. So that's my only gripe. It was certain matches didn't need to be there. Obviously, the Jay White Tanahashi match.
Yes.
Certain matches, kind of didn't give two shits about. I mean, it wasn't that the match wasn't good. It's just, it wasn't a match that seemed like a Wrestle Kingdom match.
Exactly.
So you didn't have that last year. Most of the card was very consistent.
Yeah, it was tight.
So it was a very tight card. So when it came down to it, I kind of prefer last year's more than this year. And even though in certain regards, I do prefer the Jericho versus Omega match a little bit more than Kenny Omega and Okada. What did I grade it last year? It was an A?
Yeah.
I would say this is an A minus.
I'm gonna go with you and say an A minus.
It's a fantastic fucking match.
It was a fun. It's still. Don't get me wrong. It's still a fun show. It's just if you gave us a comparison, obviously we're gonna say what was better. But yeah, this to me was still a great Wrestle Kingdom, and it's still probably gonna be better than fucking WrestleMania. But
I mean, well, I mean, show like to like for all the major events in wrestling, this is the this is the card. This is the show. Nothing's beating it. Not Final Battle. As good as Final Battle was, Final Battle is not beating it. WrestleMania is not beating it. Sure as fucking hell, Impact's whatever the hell is what do they call it?
Does Bound for Glory even exist? Come on, dude.
Have it?
Impact Wrestling's not even a blip on the fucking radar when you compare it to Japan and WWE. Not even a blip on the radar of the fucking what even the fuck Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is over them. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm so excited for March.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway, that'll do it for this edition of KTR Presents AM Thunder, and we'll be back this Wednesday for KTR, but that'll probably be the last Wednesday for a little bit. We'll probably be going Tuesdays for a couple of weeks, which will probably bring us all the way into March or whatever. So stay tuned to the Kayfabe Talk Radio scheduling. You can see on kayfabetalkradio.com, and yeah. Until next time, guys. This is Eric the Red, and Bonesaw, mind you, keep it kayfabe.
Bitches.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of what you just heard, please go to kayfabetalkradio.com, your official source for everything Kayfabe Talk Radio. You can find our links for iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, which is facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio, and our YouTube page. Our YouTube page features all live streams of Kayfabe Talk Radio weekly episodes, AM Thunder, which is our pay-per-view review show, as well as custom-made montages of pro wrestlers, mostly from New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. Till next time, keep it kayfabe.